Interior, living room, day. James nervously obsesses over his outfit and hair in the mirror while Remus waits faithfully by his side. Peter sits in a chair opposite them, discreetly sampling a meat platter. The three of them are all dressed and ready. Sirius struts in. He's haphazardly dressed and holds a bottle of fire whiskey.
Stop fussing. You look fine.
Don't want to look fine. I want to look perfect.
Sirius pushes the bottle into James's chest.
Put those nerves to bed, mate.
James tips the bottle back, drinking from it just a bit too long.
You want to put the nerves to bed, not smother them with a pillow.
Remus takes a swig from the bottle himself. Unfazed, Sirius selects an olive from the platter and pops it into his mouth.
Besides, Lily already knows what you look like.
I just got a flat.
No, hang on, don't pull that.
Remus hands the fire whiskey to Peter.
It's not right yet.
Just let me.
Give it here.
With you both, just
No,
back.
careful or you'll
The sound of fabric tearing.
rip it.
Nice one, James.
Interior, master bedroom, day. The difference between the bride and groom's rooms is comically opposite. Soft acoustic music from a vinyl drowns out the ruckus downstairs. Lily looks at herself in the mirror, calm and serene. Alice finishes fluffing Lily's dress while Dorcas adds a pin to her hair.
I'll toss out the 6-year Black Lake story. Don't want to be the cliche maid of honor rambling about... Oh, Merlin. You look stunning.
Dorcas places the last hairpin.
Doesn't she just?
Keep the story in. Your speech will be perfect.
Your parents would be so proud of you. We're so proud of you too.
You are the best sisters I could ever ask for.
Her eyes land on a childhood photo of a young Lily and Petunia on the bedside table. Marlene notices, immediately levitates 4 champagne glasses to her and the others.
To the bride and groom and the best damn war wedding of the century.
Yeah.
As Alice lifts her glass to her lips, she sees the bee tracker perched on top of the rim. The bee hovers above the champagne glass, beckoning Alice to follow.
Merlin's pants.
Now, we've got to be at the church in 10 minutes.
Roberto Lestrange is close and he knows where the heptagon is. If we do nothing, we could lose him.
Should we fetch Mad Eye?
No time.
Right, I'll stay here with Lily. You two go.
Lily is already at the door, hopping up and down as she puts her trainers on.
I'm coming with you.
But the wedding?
It's not like they can have it without me.
Interior, living room, day. The boys are exactly where they were before when they are suddenly distracted by the hum of a small bee zooming down the stairway. Alice enters behind the bee with Dorcas, Marlene, and Lily trailing behind.
Tracker's gone off. We've got to go.
You're joking.
James puts the severed tie into his pocket, then turns to face the girls, seeing Lily in her wedding dress.
All right there, Potter?
When I'm with you, always.
We're going to lose it.
The entire wedding party dashes out the door after Alice and the bee. Sirius and Lily reach the door at the same time. A tiny, brief standoff. Interior, Ministry of Magic hallway, afternoon. Anna steps out of her office, dressed for the wedding. In her other arm, she bears a stack of files ready to drop off to Mr. Crash before she departs for the day. She makes her way down the hallway, but stops in her tracks when she spots Selwyn and Abraxas speaking in hushed whispers. She ducks around a corner to listen.
Shame about Lawrence.
Anna spins around to find Lucius watching. She scrambles to come up with an excuse for her spying.
I was just,
Rather strategic of you, Miss Collins. I do wonder about my father's state of mind, especially after the Heptagon's recent disappearance.
Do you?
Well, who wouldn't? After the Dark Lord's followers were spotted milling about the family property. Disgraceful. My family would never have permitted such things in his more rational days. Had I been there, the extremists wouldn't have been allowed onto the premises. All this to say, I can assure you, you're not the only one with doubts about where his loyalties lie.
I have doubts about everyone's loyalties these days.
As you should.
Emmeline rounds the corner. Dressed for the wedding, she fends Lucius off with a mere glare. He backs away from Anna.
Malfoy.
You'd best collect your father before he accidentally invites any Death Eaters to roam about the ministry.
Wouldn't want that, would we?
He gives a small bow in the direction before departing.
Slimy, treacherous prick.
You have no idea. I'll find out what he's up to.
Brilliant. Let's get Lily and James married first, though, yeah?
Exterior, Godric's Hollow, day. The wedding party follows the bee down the road. The bee suddenly darts around a corner. Alice jogs after it, but falls back when she spots Rabastin walking down the street with a bagel. They backpedal into the alley. The Marauders glance at each other, silently communicating the plan just as Rabastin steps past. Sirius and James grab Rabastin and strong-arm him into the alleyway. Peter and Remus step in front of the entrance, blocking the scene from any passing muggles. The bagel smashes into Rabastin's face. Dorcas disarms Rabastin as Lily pins him up against the brick wall with her elbow, her wand drawn. On either side of her, Marlene and Dorcas have their wands at the ready. The bee, its work done, returns to Alice, dormant.
Hand it over.
What on earth are you wearing?
Lily pushes her elbow up higher, causing Rabastin to choke a bit, jabs her wand into his cheek.
There's no point playing games with us. You can either give it to us or we can take it from you. Your choice.
I don't know what you're talking about. Give up what?
Morgana's octagon.
Heptagon.
We know you've got it.
We've got plenty of dark objects. You'll have to be more specific.
We know you've been in contact with it. If you don't have it, who does?
Interior, St. Jerome's Chapel, Narthex. Anna and Emmeline apparate directly into the narthex at St. Jerome's Chapel in Godric's Hollow. They hustle into the sanctuary. On the way in, they bump into Frank.
You're not Alice?
Afraid not. Why, you loser?
As if I had tracked her in the first place. Go on inside. Any minute now.
Anna and Emmeline both head into the sanctuary.
As late as we thought, apparently.
Oi, there's Benji Fenwick. Here's me 10 galleons. Benji! I know you see me.
Inside the sanctuary, the small group of guests mill about making small talk. Fabian and Gideon shake hands melodramatically.
Gideon, always good to see you, mate.
Crazy how you run into people at weddings.
Minerva McGonagall stands beside Caradoc Dearborn and Gwen.
I've tried everything. Blasted gnomes, keep eating all my cabbage.
I met a man in the Galapagos that swore by orange marmalade, cleared up an entire patch of ruminating beetles overnight.
Well, certainly nothing's changed about Potter's punctuality.
Exterior, Godric's Hollow alleyway, day. Back to the interrogation of Rabastin.
For the 7th time, I don't know what you're talking about.
A Muggle American woman and her husband peer into the alleyway.
Oh heavens, are you getting married?
Lily immediately mutes Rabastin with a silencing charm. Everyone else hides their wands behind their backs. Though confused, the Muggle woman is delighted by the scene and drags her husband up to greet the group with her.
Don't you look lovely? Are all you taking photos? Odd place to take photos.
We were going for a sort of urban flair.
And which one of you handsome men are the young groom?
Quickly improvising, Lily takes a step back and slaps her basket across the face.
Dare you! You wait until the day of our wedding to tell me you're leaving me for another woman? After all I've done for you, for us! And you!
Lily turns and eyes Sirius. He immediately jumps into character with her.
You slept with my sister!
I can't believe you told her. I trusted you.
She is a happily married woman. Well, guess what?
What?
She's pregnant with your baby.
No. It's not my baby. It's Todd's.
Sirius points to Remus.
Come along, Russell. These nice people need some privacy.
She grabs her husband by the hand and they begin to quickly walk away, occasionally looking back at the group.
And I'm really Todd's twin brother.
Bit late for that, Pete.
The moment the muggles are out of sight, the wands are out again and pointed at Rabastin.
Sorry, what? You're going to have to speak up.
Alice fires the herbivicous charm at Rabastin, pinning his arms to his sides with vines. A vine creeps up across his mouth too. Rabastin drops to his knees, the bagel still in his hand.
We've been gone for ages. If we don't get to the church soon, they're going to think something happened to us.
You need to take him to the ministry.
We'll miss the whole ceremony. The flowers, Dorcas.
We can't leave him out in the open.
James looks around and spots a vacant delivery van down the road, smirking as an idea comes to him.
That won't be necessary.
Interior, St. Jerome's Chapel. The guests begin to get antsy as the hour gets later and the wedding party still hasn't arrived. Gideon rubs his stomach hungrily. Caradoc Dearborn momentarily nods off to sleep before waking suddenly. Anna ushers Moody and Edgar away to the side of the chapel where they can have a minute of privacy.
Never guess who I ran into at the ministry.
Lucius is playing the "my father's a bad man" routine with you as well?
Maybe he's telling the truth in his own way. It's been months and we've made zero progress in authorizing Curse to Kill. If I could just prove Abraxas and Selwyn are behind it. Maybe I'm not cut out for this.
Pull yourself together. You're exactly where you need to be.
It was actually really sweet, Moody.
I suppose so.
He's right, Anna. You are precisely where you need to be, and you're fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. Sedek, Tierdoff. Remember?
Moody may not fully understand the meeting, but he spent enough time and context to pick up Edgar's cue.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And when was the last time anyone checked the perimeter?
He storms off to check. Across the room, Gwen approaches Frank, who's looking more and more nervous.
You all right there, Frank?
I'd better go check on the wedding party. See what's taking so long.
He hurries from the chapel. Exterior, delivery van, day. Marauders and company stare at Rabastin's tied-up figure in the back of the delivery van.
We are not telling Moody about this.
Agreed.
They trot back into the alleyway and disapparate. Interior, St. Jerome's Chapel, Narthex. Frank bursts through the sanctuary doors. He convenes with Gwendolyn, hiding his panic from the rest of the guests.
The house is empty. No one's there.
Where would they have gone?
There's a small chance they went looking for Morgana's heptagon.
What? We're here! Music! Someone stop the music!
The rest of the wedding party follows closely behind. Alice grabs Frank and Gwen.
We need to go.
Just as quickly as they entered, the trio dash out again.
Mooney, how do I look?
You act like you're the one getting married.
Yeah, but how do I look?
Just like Jagger.
Please, I'm keeping you know it.
Remus straightens Sirius' tie, but his fingers stumble awkwardly when he realizes how intimate the gesture actually is.
Remus, help me!
Remus joins Marlene in helping her and Dorcas clean up, leaving Sirius behind. Lily's dress is a bit dirty and wrinkled, and stray strands of hair hang loosely around her face. With a quick flick of her wand, her appearance is restored to its pre-adventure beauty. Sirius opens his mouth, but before he can say anything, Marlene shoves a bouquet of flowers at Lily and ushers Remus to the pews.
Best plan you've had yet, Evans. Potter.
Thanks. You weren't so bad either.
About before.
Don't worry about it.
No, you were right. I wasn't taking it seriously. You're in a lot more danger than I am in this war, and I didn't even think about it.
Hey, it wasn't our first fight and it won't be our last. But I still love you.
They both look at James, who's attempting to comb his hair into submission. Sirius grins and heads into the church. James saunters towards Lily. He's all swagger until he remembers his ripped tie. Lily smiles as James pulls the tie from his pocket. With another flick of her wand, the tie mends and ties itself around James's neck.
Perfect.
James heads towards the church doors.
See you down there.
No, wait. Walk with me.
Exterior, delivery van, day. Alice, Frank, and Gwen stare into the back of the empty van.
Well, that's predictable. Is that a bagel?